Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Glad you could stop by for another trip into the book of John. And if you've never been born again, let me recommend you start with our Welcome Everyone video. And I'll post a link to that in the description box of this video. I'll also post a link to the first video of this book of John series. So if you're new to it, you can watch the video, all the videos in order from the beginning, which could be helpful. Sister Sarah recommends reading the text before the video. I agree that that would work the best, as I'm not going to read every verse in every chapter. And you may stumble upon a great blessing meant for you that I did not focus on. Okay, as soon as I started reading this chapter 10, the first two words are verily, verily. Well, that told me immediately that this should not be the start of a new chapter. But this should be included into chapter 9. And the reason is that verily, verily is what Jesus says when he's going to lay down a bigger than usual verbal smackdown. And there's no reason to begin a chapter in the middle of a conflict. As we know, these chapter divisions and the reference numbers are all invented by a French guy many centuries after the manuscripts were written. Brilliant idea, but not always implemented the way we think they ought to be. So at the end of the video for chapter 9, I said the last 24 verses were more of Jesus arguing with the Pharisees. Turns out that the arguing keeps right on going into chapter 10 and all the way through it. And Jesus spends a good bit of it comparing himself to a shepherd or someone who watches over sheep as they graze. He's trying to rationalize with them. And he knows what he's doing. He knows he's going to reach a certain amount. And others, they're just going to get madder and madder. Of course, during chapter 10, the Pharisees accused Jesus of having a devil, and there was a division among the Jews, and they took up stones again to get ready to stone him. And they tried to get him, and he got away. And just more of the same stuff. Very intense, very good to read. The restrainer was working then as he is now. The time was not yet for Jesus to be lifted up, as he calls it. But it was getting nearer, just like today. And you can read all about it, but I'll read the very end of the chapter, verse 40. And he went away again beyond Jordan into the place where John at first baptized, and there he abode. And many resorted unto him and said, John did no miracle, but all things that John spake of this man were true. And many believed on him there. So you can see how Jesus wins again. Just like people are going to remember us, who they've disregarded until after we're gone. Some will be won because of that. They'll remember it, what we said, and they'll say, they were right. And I'm going to believe on Jesus because I don't want to lose my soul by taking the mark. So let's go ahead and get into chapter 11, starting at verse 1. Now a certain man was sick, named Lazarus of Bethany, the town of Mary and her sister Martha. It was that Mary which anointed the Lord with ointment and wiped his feet with her hair, whose brother Lazarus was sick. Okay, therefore his sisters sent unto him, saying, Lord, behold, he whom thou lovest is sick. When Jesus heard that, he said, this sickness is not unto death, but for the glory of God, that the Son of God might be glorified thereby. Now Jesus loved Martha and her sister and Lazarus, and when he had heard therefore that he was sick, he abode 2 days, still in the same place where he was. Then after that he saith unto the disciples, let us go into Judea again. His disciples say unto him, Master, the Jews of late sought to stone thee, and goest thou thither again? And Jesus answered, Are there not 12 hours in a day? If any man walk in the day, he stumbleth not, because he seeth the light of this world. But if a man walk in the night, he stumbleth, because there is no light in him. And these things said he. And after that he saith unto them, Our friend Lazarus sleepeth, but I go that I may awake him out of sleep. Then said his disciples, Lord, if he sleep, he shall do well. Howbeit Jesus spake of his death, but they thought that he had spoken of taking a rest in sleep. Then Jesus said unto them plainly, Lazarus is dead. And I'm glad for your sakes that I was not there, to the intent ye may believe. Nevertheless, let us go unto him. Then said Thomas, which is called Didymus, unto his fellow disciples, Let us also go, that we may die with him. Then when Jesus came, he found that he had lain in the grave 4 days already. Now Bethany was nigh unto Jerusalem, means it was near, about 15 furlongs off. And many of the Jews came to Martha and Mary to comfort them concerning their brother. Then Martha, as soon as she heard that Jesus was coming, went and met him, but Mary sat still in the house. Then said Martha unto Jesus, Lord, if thou hadst been here, my brother had not died. But I know that even now, whatsoever thou wilt ask of God, God will give it thee. Jesus saith unto her, Thy brother shall rise again. Okay, that's a nice stopping point for this video. Until next time, or on the other side, may God bless you, my dearly beloved.